am Stephanie Dunn, you guys, and you would think after 15 years of being in the company and doing Zoom week after week, year after year, I would have this figured out, and I don't. So that gives you hope. Like anybody can do this is what it comes down to. But I think about 15 years ago and what my life was like and how different it looks now. Um, standing in food lines, barely getting by, and just wanting to change my life if somebody was just willing to show me something that they could do. And that was in the form of it works, you guys. Like I never thought that this would be it, but man, what a blessing just knowing that we have product that people are looking for, that maybe they need to feel better about themselves. They want to lose weight, get healthy, and then maybe they want to make some extra money along with using the product, right? So here's the here's what I know is like my yes, I never thought it would be like this. I just wanted a couple extra $100 and maybe that's where you're at. But I promise you, if you put in some work, you can have so much more. And there's so much on the line right now. Like I'm excited because there's 20% off right now, everything on our site. So that's exciting. So make sure that you're utilizing that. You're up 20 at checkout to be able to get it in. So for follow-ups, and I know Jenna's going to do that, but I'm excited to have Jenna on because she has a story. And I told her, you guys, I did this disclaimer and I said, okay, we're going to keep it short. Give me the short version because this girl can talk. Like I've never met, I thought I could talk a lot and she can really talk a lot, but I wanted her to come on and share because she just went diamond last month, you guys, and earned a $5,000 bonus. And she was so close to going double, like so close. Her and her team are pushing really hard. And you know what? They're going to do it way before the month end. And so I wanted to make sure you guys heard from her tonight because she's a top recruiter. And a lot of people think, man, what do they have? What's this magic that can get to diamond? And so I want you guys to know that anybody can do this if you decide and you get to work. And that's just exactly what she did. But she's a mama, she's a friend, she's a leader, she's a wife. Wears the hat so well of so many different things that I am just excited to have her on. So I want you guys to take notes because she's like us. There's a lot of times that you guys want scripts. And I love that we can give you some scripts on, how to talk to people, the ingredients, maybe the pricing and all of that. So I want to make sure that you guys have some of that. And that's what she follows. But if you can lean into being your own authentic self, you're going to see the magic happen and just being loud about it and in people's faces. And that's what we're gonna do. So Jenna, can you unmute yourself and come on? Should be able to.
Hey y'all, I promise. I've got
Yay.
some bullet points.
She did. She's like, I got bullet points, but I was just like, you know what? I know they're all gonna ask, like, you did diamond so fast when you decided, like, and you just love on your team so well. So I knew I was like, okay, I just gotta give her a couple little notes like here just to do this because people are always like, okay, what'd she do? What did her and her team do? They have like some magic something, but give a little, like the short version of kind of your story and then let's get in because there's so many people, especially even on your team and everybody that's watching that wants to go diamond, right? And so we want to give
Hey.
that to them tonight. So first, you guys give her some love in the chat and say congratulations. You're going to see a lot of her face because she is so willing to share not only with her team, but everyone. So congratulations first on going diamond. I know it should say double diamond. I know you're just like, it should be double, but we're going to go triple. So we'll just put it that way, but share a little bit of who you are.
Okay, hey y'all. Okay, I'm Jenna, and I will start off by saying that I've been in this company for I don't know, maybe like 5 years. I feel like every day when I'm doing my coffee and my stories, I like add in a year or take away. Like I'm just that person. I will drive you crazy because I am type B. I always say this because I used to be a school teacher and all teachers I feel like are so just like, I don't know, they have their whole lives together. I just told her a while ago, I was like, totally me coming in 10 minutes from like outside and being like, okay, I got this, guys. We got this together. We'll be fine. But I joined from somebody that I saw on social media was posting and she was a teacher. And at the time I couldn't say like, hey, I want it out. But we were living paycheck to paycheck with two college degrees. But I actually took a little bit, we had some family stuff going on this past couple of years and just not going to get into it, but just A little bit, I don't know, and it's a big group, and there's been a lot of mental health talk with just in the world. And I always like to touch on that. I had a lot of depression going on over the last couple of years. I'd share about it on my page. And I just kind of laid down, is what I said. And that's never been me. As far as that goes, I've never always ever quit anything or done anything. I was a double diamond before and on a completely different team. And I just, when I came back and decided with my girls have just been with me. I've had my Brittany and Melody. They've been in a while with me. And when we came back, I had noticed I was still kind of in this funk. When I say when I noticed, y'all, this was last month, mid-month. Okay. So Brittany, who's been with me, and Melody, I noticed that they were getting close to Emerald. And I was like, they have followed me around. They've listened to me just whine for 2 years about, family things. We've all got mess going on, I feel like. And they've been kind and everything. And I thought, there's no way, like me just going to sit back here and watch them, like, I'm going to help. I'm getting in there. They have worked so hard for this. And when I say, like, I put up a host a post, I guess it's been like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, that I had one girl reaching, started talking to me, and then I just said, it all came back to where I had done it not years ago, like a year or two ago. And I was like, hey, you should do this with me. And that is my tagline, I feel like, which sounds crazy, but I built I feel like a following of some sort, but it was all because of Host to Post. And when I started this, I was doing a giveaway Host to Post religiously and constantly on every Zoom they offered. I would look at all the faces, I would write them down, and then I would go stalk their page and I would save their post. And so that's where I got my following. So the reason I think when I came back, my reasoning at first was really just because I was already back in, y'all. But when I came back, I had noticed my friends, my teammates that had been with me, following me, and we were just this little bitty team. And I just thought, there's no way that I'm going to let them sit there, and they've been here by supporting me, as I like I said, whined about family things and not jump back in. I owe it to them. I owe them so much, y'all. And that just lit a fire, y'all. So if you're going through the valleys, just know that pulled me. It's like God yanked me and he said, get up, girl. And that's what I did. And I just started talking to people. And ever since, of course, I've been out of it for a little bit. And I knew what the money looked like at this point and how I could get it. And I thought, I didn't know if I could do it again. We get those doubts in our heads. And I just started taking it differently. It's like I started praying, send me these people that you want me to help. It's just different than I've ever done it ever before. And I have literally just leaned in to every single person. I hope my team can say that I've been really good at talking to them individually and just trying to pump them up. And I think that's something I needed over the last 2 years. And I just it felt good to do it the other way around, maybe to lean into them.
And I think people need to hear this, you guys. If you have a team, like rally together, bring out your goals. Like she does a lot of that. And I see so many of you that do, or maybe you're just like, you know what, I'm going to lean into my sidelines, whatever that looks like, because you got to pull it together. So if you want a team, it starts with you to show up. So Jenna, you just started showing up big. You guys follow her because she's on everything. So, you're not giving yourself enough credit because you're very loud in a good way. You're on TikTok, you do the reels, you do the posts, you go live, you're not afraid to just show up. And I think that's one of the things that your team sees is they're following suit. Like when you show up, they show up. So if you're having this moment and you're like, I'm ready to go for it, you got to show up with or without the team. Every single day, you got to be that person for you because you got to count on yourself because your team will start following suit. And I noticed that generally when people promote, it's because you're so tight knit. You know exactly what's going on. This is where things go. Like you're just working cohesively together. So, this is what we get to do. It's all about helping others. And so when you saying you took that differently, I love that. Maybe there's somebody that needed to hear this and go, maybe, yes, we want to do the post, we want to do that, but have we taken the time to help them answer and get messages out and check on them to see what did you do today? So that's one of the things that I know about you. And so, what is your strongest platform? You said host to post. So do you think that Facebook's your strongest platform, or what would you say is your platform for growing your business?
Yes, I think so. I will say this, I've had a lot of people, I think that right now being an influencer is very popular. And I have been sent things, and I'm not brag, I think it's cool, y'all. I'm gonna be 40 next month. And I was like, yay, they're sending us free packages. There's not a lot of money in that, okay, guys? But it is exciting. So I think that the term influencer, is people want to be that and they want to do that, which is really what we're doing essentially. But this is where the money is at. If it was over there, guys, you can follow me on my TikTok. It's fun. I do post things. I had when I first started out, I would make short snippets, and I know people on our teams that I've been on before that have literally just hit it out of the park, and they'll have 70K followers all of a sudden from it. And that's why you just keep posting the things. But what I tell my people is I don't think that because Brittany cracks me up. She say people would buy dirt from you, and I want to tell y'all right now, real quick on that. In the beginning, for the first 3 months before we had the weekly bonuses, so don't freak out. I didn't. Nobody bought from me for 3 months. Nobody, and I did everything. I had a very strict enroller, and I was scared. And I was like, yes, ma'am. And then at 3 months, I went to her and I said, I don't think I can do this. I was teaching full time, and she was like, very red personality, and was like, okay, fine. Well, then don't. But why did you do this? And I was like, I don't know. I'm scared. And so I was like, okay, I guess I still will. At 6 months, I was making 8K a month, and a teacher in Alabama, I was bringing home after 12 years, $2,700 a month. And so by that summer, I was able to, I haven't went back in 4 years. But I want to tell you that because I was doing, if I don't know, I have a hard time. If people want it, they want it because my husband is a varsity basketball coach. He's always been that. I have a teenager. I have a 10-year-old that's in competitive dance. And so I am mainly the one that is the runner rounder because he has high school program. And when I was first learning, because nobody knows at the beginning, everybody feels crazy. You're like, what are we doing? What are we doing? I literally would put in headphones everywhere I went, and I still do because my husband's games were fixing to get in basketball season, it's fixing to get crazy. And I literally sit there. I mean, during his games now, if I'm trying to enroll somebody, I'll run in the office and I'll run back out. But for me, just the in the beginning, I know I always tell my girls, I'll say, don't leave me, don't ghost me. Like if you start feeling overwhelmed, because you will, if you're new in this, you will, there'll come a day and you just have to choose your heart. I remember thinking back to when I was teaching, and yesterday I was telling some of my girls, if you've got the Sunday scaries, I remember that. I don't know, not everybody's quit their job, but for me it was the Sunday scaries. And I was like, oh my God, I gotta prepare all this stuff, and I was missing out on so much. But you can do this. Don't look at me and be like, oh, Jenna can do it. No, I want you to know nobody was knocking down my door. I taught at the biggest elementary in the state of Alabama, and nobody was purchasing from me. But I think that people, going back to that, I think that I tell my team, if your page looks like an It Works commercial, they are going to go and run. They're going to run. So I think people follow me for me, and I think that people follow you for you. So if it is your dog, for me, I think I'm half nutty. They love my moody Matt, and he hates social media. It's so funny, but like I have to use him. And so that's my husband. And anyways, I post about my life, and then I'll throw in, and it works, especially those last few weeks, man. I'll get them, and then I'll bring him back in on the first. I'll be like, y'all love me again, don't you? Here's a TikTok. Y'all love me, right? But I just feel like they want to know, they want to trust you, and they want to know what you're about. And if you're new, they're watching you to see if you're going to quit this. Are you going to quit, or is she going to continue? Is
Mhm.
this another company of some sort? You know what I mean? I'm not, but to me, that's what it was. People were watching, and I don't consider myself ever a leader. I hate even saying that. I think I've always shied down to that. And I'm just like, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. And this is really, I was telling my girls the other day, I was like, this is the first time I've ever considered myself even, I don't know. We have all leaders on our team, different aspects, is what I say. Melody's our numbers and good, and I can, I don't know, but I don't know. I would never saw myself as a leader, and I just always let people overpower me with their personalities and things. So I think you just have to use your personality and let that shine. Because I've noticed on my team, everybody has such a different personality, and it is just awesome. Like
Mhm.
working
Yeah.
together, shooting ideas off each other.
You guys, when I think of Jenna, I want them to go to your page because you have to see what she is about. Like she literally is like every day just putting herself out there. And so I think that that's the thing is like you have to start somewhere. Like if you say, "Oh, I'm going to do it tomorrow," and you don't, or "I'm going to do it the next day," you don't. Like you just got to put yourself out there. We don't know. This is the one thing I love. You don't know the questions they're going to ask, but you figure it out, Jenna. I think that's the thing is she's figuring out stuff along the way. And that was me. I just knew, okay, I need to help somebody. Somebody else is feeling the way that I'm feeling. And I wish somebody would have shared this opportunity, these products with me sooner. I was praying for this. I didn't know that. And I wish they would have showed that to me sooner. And so if that's you, if you're like, okay, I just need to get it out there because I was looking, and so they're going to go to somebody that's being a little bit louder, but it's practice and it's going to feel weird and it's going to feel uncomfortable and you're going to look back and I think back of my posts and stuff that I did and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, that's what I did. Like this isn't very good. Like what?" What? But you got to start somewhere to get better. The only way to get better is to practice every single day. And I'm still doing that. Like there's still, you're always going to be growing. A leader is constantly growing. And so I think that each of you, if you're in and if you've got a customer or a distributor, you're already leading. Like that word leader can be a scary term. Just rip it off and take it and just love on people and help them. Like that's what we do. And so being a teacher or being something, I think when we come on here and everything looks so perfect, like, oh my gosh, do I have to do this? Do I have to put slides on Zooms? Do I need to do this? No, you just show up and offer them, what do you have? Can you help them with product, with gut health or weight loss? Or what is your goal? Or maybe it's money, or maybe it's community. Like, there's a lot of people looking for a community of people that they can do stuff with. They can encourage each other and just love on each other, pray with each other because you've walked through some dark times, some depression, and you're sharing that and you're helping other people do that. So we all have that. And it's how you guys harness it in. And she decided, like, nope, I'm getting up and starting to do that. So when you decided, like, okay, I'm showing up, you just decided you were showing up. And so that's the thing, you guys, when she decided, it was literally like she's like, "Can we do this?" And I was like, "Yeah, you can. It's a lot, but it's possible. Anything is possible when you decide." And you went until 1 in the morning to do it. So I love you guys. I don't think I'll ever have a month end where it's not crazy, which I'm so grateful for. But we could do it the day before, guys, if you really want to do that. But when you talk about this with a new person coming in and they're getting started or it's a potential, do you get them on the phone or do you talk to them through Messenger? How do you do this?
Okay, so this is, and I was telling her, I was like, Chelsea's going to die on this. I'm sorry, I love her. Um, no, definitely we have. That's why we do have in place, obviously, some scripts and things like that. I will tell you what I do, but listen, it takes time. It is not something that I absolutely came out of. I don't know. I didn't come out talking to everybody all the time. I promise. It takes time. I remember the first time we even considered as a team a long time ago that we should take it back to the way it used to be, like where we did like, I don't know, parties and things like that. And anyways, and I remember we've kind of gotten away from talking on the phone, but I love it. I mean, Stephanie, you can call me anytime you want, Chelsea. But I literally, whenever if I have somebody comment, I'm going to give you a hint of kind of what I do. If I tell my girls this, when I have somebody comment on something and they message me, and it's about, or I message them about, say, the gummies, and then I'm going to tell them what it is, and then I'm usually I'm a woman. I've gained and lost the same, I don't know, 50 pounds 100 times. I feel like between all the children, I've got two, but it felt like 50, I promise. But like I literally, I can relate to the last 5 to 10 pounds. Somebody's going to say to you, I only have 5 or 10 pounds. Well, guess what? I don't know if you know this, that is the hardest weight to lose. So I don't know if they're saying that to get just like maybe you'll be like, it's just the gummies. But honestly, in my case, that's the hardest to turn pounds. So I'm always going to be like, drop 30. This, I had it in my hands. And when I started, I didn't have everything until I started making some money and stuff, but I had some. But I tell them, so if we go through the conversation and I'll just say, I'll have the scripts and I might add to the top or bottom, girl, I know, but that's how I talk. So, however did you talk? And I'll say, girl, I know, I remember. And I'll be like, I was 187 pounds on 5'2" at like during yada yada for 10 years. I call them, I'm not even gonna say it on here, but anyways, for 10 years, I called it some years that I did that. Literally, it was, and so I try to relate because I know what it's like to do that. And then if it gets down to the price and they say, and I tell my team, pay attention to this. They're telling you clues. They're giving you, if you're on here and I signed you, I love you. And they said, I can't afford it right now. Well, that is totally normal in this economy we're in, right? I'm going to say, I'm going to go look at their page because I want to see, what they're about. And then I'm going to say, have you ever thought about doing what I do? When they don't know what I do, they have no idea. They don't even know what business I work for. Because it's not plastered all over my page with it works, but they know it's health and wellness. And so I just go into it and I tell my people every single time, why did you join? Do not be scared to say it. Like, I mean, I know when I first started, I couldn't be like, well, I want to quit teaching because we didn't want that to get out in the whole town. But I did say it to make extra money. And then now I know my story's different. It seems so magnificent or whatever, if you want to think it is, or what do you know? But I used to use my leader story, but also I think it's very humbling to be honest as to why you join. If it's the community, say, guess what? We have all these wonderful women. I needed somebody praying for me, and we just are always talking to each other. I love that. Or if it's, hey, I have a teenager in there that he eats like 5 grown men. I mean, that's over here. It's crazy. But like things like that. And then I'm going to say 8 out of 10 because I feel like we've connected on something. They're going to join. And that's what's happened. That's literally what happened. I think I signed, I don't know, around 14 right off the bat, but it was literally these communications. And then I realized, like I said, y'all, I had been in this terrible depression. And I was like, you know what? I felt so good to be like working and needing it. And then I hunkered down in here, y'all, the last 2 weeks. And I did cry. I cried the last night, day of the month. And then my friend Brittany was like, get up. Oh my goodness. What are you crying about? You promoted this month. I was like, I just hope everybody knows I did so good. So that's stupid because I had somebody that just signed, by the way, if you're brand new, and she's probably on here, that said to me, I feel like I let you do it. I said, you want to hear you? I said, and I sent her a screenshot of my text. I said, do you want to see what looks stupid? I said, I cried the other night. I said, that's so silly. I said, because, we're still going, we're still doing, and I didn't let anybody down. I said, you didn't let anybody down either. And we just get those thoughts in our head. So I try to keep remembering and reminding myself of how I was, and I try to remind my team. And you have to do that daily if you are enrolling people. It's not a I went to Auburn for my daughter's birthday for 2 days. I felt like, oh no, like because I have so many new ones. But our team is so tight with each other. But I still felt like I missed them. And I'm like, but I say staying close to them. That is something that I bring to the table, whereas some of our other girls they're all of us are hands on with everybody. I want to know my whole team forwards and backwards. I am it's all behind me, so I didn't my daughter had it everywhere. But like this is Dollar Tree. But it's cute little notebooks and pens and stuff. My love language is giving gifts. Somebody call my husband and tell him right now. But and because yeah, anyways. And so I'm making them goodie bags, and I have array of also products and things like that. And when I first started, I remember any kind of retreat we went to or anything. I didn't have all the products. I remember taking pictures with my leaders' bags and things, because I mean, I didn't own the keto coffee yet, but I wanted a cool picture with it, to use for all the things and stuff. But just a little, I don't know, these things like this makes me happy, and it makes me happy to do it. And I don't know, just loving on people, like you said, community. I feel like that's the biggest thing right now. This world is so scary and sad. It seems like on the outside, so I like happy things.
You guys, does this make you feel like, oh my gosh, anybody can do this business? Like she just draws you in, right? And
Ugh,
so that's really when I think about this, you guys, I think did you have 15 distributors last month that you enrolled? So I think about this. She's not a scripty person. She just got herself out there. She wasn't afraid to invite them in. She didn't use an excuse of like, she didn't stop when they said they didn't have money. She offered, this is something that you need to do. I didn't have the money to join and I got started. So many people need that extra encouragement. So I can tell you a lot of the people that I enroll to, they were like, oh, because maybe I'm talking about the 30-day drop, in the price. And they're like, oh, I don't get paid until this time, or I don't have the funds for this. Maybe can I just start with one product? That is a sign. Listen to what they're saying that this business could help them pay for their products and help them make extra money. And so when you're doing this, literally it's paying attention, it's getting in and going, okay, maybe I need to reach out to my leader or to the person that enrolled me for help on how to talk to this person. Screenshot that because we can probably help you peel back a little bit better and see, let's start this conversation so you can start learning how to do it. We can do it all, but until you really jump in, you're not going to know how to talk to people. We don't know the questions they're going to ask, but I can tell you you're not going to die from them. Like I haven't 15 years and I've probably had every question asked to me. Some are mean and I'm like, okay, bye, delete, like I don't want them in my bubble at all because I want to help people because that's somebody we saw somebody or somebody offered it to you to get you here and it's changing your life and there's somebody out there that needs you and when you take this business and you think I need all the scripts, I need to have the weight loss story, I need this. No, you don't. I promise you, I didn't have any of that when I got started. I was going through bankruptcy, I had food lines, and I remember thinking people are going to judge me because they know that I'm standing in food line. Nobody knows your story, they know what you're putting out there. So you can use that to draw them in and give them hope and inspiration of like, are you feeling depressed? Because maybe you need to get your gut health back on track and feeling good about yourself. I've got product for that. So how can we start doing that and really watching your leaders' pages on what they're doing? So, ultimately I know that from like what you've enrolled and obviously a bunch of customers came in through that because you're being loud and you're showing it. You go to the gym and you guys, she's got her product with her. She's showing the gummies by her side. She's eating them on a snack because she's going to talk for 20 minutes at the gym to draw you in because you just don't know what you're going to like. That's the type of person she is. You're just like, well, what's she going to say next? I don't know. I wanted the script. She didn't give it to me. Maybe in a half hour she will. But the point is like, you can see there's going to be every single different personality that comes on and has success because they chose it and they got to work. That is the magic. You are the magic and loving on the people. And if it's, taking the time to go, what if you're like, if I could do a better job, then do that to your team. Or what would you want for yourself and take that into consideration? Go, maybe my team does that, or I could do a better job here and just, you know, giving them the post that worked for me. I can tell you this. I'm going to give you this because I want you guys to go onto my page. I've gone through and I'm always looking at where do I get my customers from? Because I know you guys are going to be like, okay, where do I get customers and distributors from? And I know you probably have had customer conversations, Jenna, and you flip them into distributors. So again, it all comes down to conversations. You all want conversations that leads to distributors and customers. The post that I just did today, people are looking for those keywords, Ozempic, GLP-1, semaglutide, like all of these words. And so I'm trying to push them in. Almost the last three posts I've had with different pictures, they might have used one of the burn product, but also other products on top of it because I'm going to give them the product pack and then we'll back them down to just burn if that's what they want. But that is the post that is blowing up for me. Like those posts by just changing words, getting different before and after pictures, showing that it's all different sizes is being huge. The next thing to do when you're having conversations is, hey, there's a bonus attached to coming in and doing this business. I know that you're going to have great success with losing the weight. have you ever thought about making money while you're doing this? So don't ever not offer that. So if you're going to start that, again, everybody's going to be a little bit different on what they're going to have success with, but you guys can go copy what I want, reword it a little bit, and then save these pictures. Like, put them in your notes if they're in your either in your note section or you have them in a collection or on a telegram, but making sure that you do that. So do you have structure at all, Jenna? Or do you just know I need to do this every day? My goal is to sign customers and distributors, and that's my goal. Like, give us a little bit of do you have know when you turned it on, like, okay, I'm showing up. Do you do posts? Do you reach out? Do you have follow-ups? Like, what does that day look like?
Well, it's looked really crazy recently because when you sign that many at one time, I was like, okay, I'm pouring into all of them at one time. And I'm like, listen, these women can attest to their 1 a.m. message. Actually, you can too. That's when I feel like everybody has finally got quiet. And I'm like, praise the Lord. I can send them something. And maybe if it's the last thing I do that night, I'm going to get every single person. Um, Listen, I need a round of applause from my personality is terrible. I found this was my son didn't take it to school this year, obviously. And I did get out my charts, and I've been looking at them from the bottom up. And that's even something that Chelsea and Stephanie that I felt before when I was in this, well, not in the company. I've always been in the company, but when I was on a different team, I just felt very like I wasn't. And it wasn't their fault. It was me. I mean, too. Like I didn't know, and I felt like I didn't know enough, and I still don't know everything. I ask questions. I always tell Chelsea, I'm like, I ask is so funny. I called her, y'all, because when I came back, I thought she's gonna think I'm such a loser because I was like, because she's got it to me. She's got it together, and I don't. She's gonna be like, where's this chick been for the first 2 weeks of the month? And I called her. I was like, I'm not very organized. And then I told Stephanie, I was like, I can't even chart well. And y'all, I've been like trying all that. And Stephanie's like, that's okay. Like, I mean, I know plenty of people that have done well, but that's where I've done it different from where I've seen when I've been in around a lot of other people is um I knew that Brittany had been in this with me for a long time. Melody had. We all three are absolutely different. And so we bring a different perspective. And so I'm going to ask, we all want everybody to win and we're all supportive. I know somebody had told us that one time that they had never seen that before. We're not envious or anything because it doesn't work if we don't all work. And so, yeah, that's kind of what we do. We just all work together. And for me, this y'all, I was a pre-K teacher, first grade, 2 years, and I quit. I don't know, you can't see it, but y'all, this was my notes. You can't even hardly read them before here. I did them 5 minutes before I got on. That's my terrible personality. That would make somebody else absolutely insane. I just do better that way. But yeah, I have been trying to make sure because I want to make sure that we're just popping rubies all over our team right now instead of, at the end of the month. Like I said, I did come in mid-month, I feel like, and then I was like, man, in my mind, I was like, I want to get to this. That way I can, in my mind, how, how your mind works versus God's like, and I'm like, this is what we're doing this month. That way next month, I'll make sure I got this and this. But, been looking at everybody's today, actually the last few days, charts and writing them out. And I'm just like, gosh, like, and I'm taking time and I wish somebody would have done this with me before, like y'all have, but, we're going straight to them, me, Melody, and Brittany, and we're saying, hey, girl, on a Zoom, this is where you're at right here. Like you are so close, or we already know their goals, and we've asked them in the very beginning, what is your goal? And so that's what I want them to know that, and don't get discouraged. Like when you see somebody sign 10 or that, and then I just told my girls, like, I'll try to remind them too, just keep reminding them that so and so may do this, but look at me, I didn't. And everything didn't just, but imagine if I would have quit, y'all. Imagine if I would have quit at 3 months. My whole life is different. I literally can go to my husband's ball games, which is everywhere, and my son's plays high school ball. I mean, and I don't have to ask anybody. And, like we had tragedy in our family. And you know what? There is residual income in this, and that's amazing.
Mhm.
So when I did lay down, of course, you got to get back up and work, but I had built something.
Yeah.
And if anything, I tell this to everybody. I've been on a very big team before, and when I came back, the biggest thing I tell people, I don't care how much money I've ever made, the women that I have met all over the United States and traveled with, I would never take a penny for it, literally. And I listen, a secret. I don't even really like a lot of women. I've worked with all women before, but y'all are great. Y'all are so sweet. So, but all the women I've worked with, I feel like that's the one thing that I took away and thought, I would have never met them. So people can say anything they want, but I'm like, some of my best friends have come from this place, and they've accepted me, and that's nice. I feel like getting out of
So
your own
she's
town.
so she's not structured, guys. I asked her a question and she didn't answer the question.
See,
So
ADD at its
she went
finest.
down this path. So this is the thing. You can be as structured as you want or not. Like everybody's going to have a little bit different way. And again, take this how you will. Like, what did you learn from her? Because every single person I can pull and learn something from everybody that's had the success. The main things that they're doing, they're showing up. We enroll customers and distributors. She's offering them the product, she's offering them the opportunity, and then she's connecting and going, okay, what's your goal? How many customers do you want? Is it a monthly income? Because I can show you how to do that. So when you really peel this business back, it's really simple if we just keep it that simple. Like get out there, offer what we have. I'm always reminded when I put a before and after picture up, people are looking for product and they're looking for opportunity. So, again, when you're starting, it feels like, man, this is a lot, but it really is simple. Look at it as practice. We all get no's. I still get no's after 15 years of like, you're telling me no, you don't want to do this business. It blows my mind, and you have access to me and you get to use me and drive me crazy. I would do that. I would love to do that with people. So, making sure that that's what we're doing is offering the opportunity, sharing about the product, being excited about what you have, and then helping them hit their goals and knowing, hey, we're not always going to hit our goals, but we keep going anyway. So, Jenna, I know, you have such high expectations for your team, and there's no laying down in the month of October because there's a lot of lives to be changed. You enrolled a lot. They're all excited. Your team's on fire. And you're, pushing for triple diamond. But you guys, I hope that this helped keep it just exciting for you guys and simple and just to do the work and like not stop, because you never know when the light bulb's going to go off for you, and it's going to be you that's enrolling and being a top recruiter of customers and distributors. So Jenna, I just love you to pieces. I think it's her Southern accent, and she's always so sweet, and just, she can go on and on. I'm really proud. We only went over just a little bit of time, so I'm super proud of you for showing up and keeping on time. But I appreciate you. I know we're going to be seeing a lot more of you. And so everybody, that's our goal tonight. Don't forget, if you've got people that you haven't talked to about the 20%, get it out there for them. So the next time we have something, you can offer that to them. And then let's keep pushing, you guys, customers and distributors for October. There's a lot of bonuses on the line. So make sure you guys are doing all of the things. But I appreciate you, girl. Thank you again, guys. We'll see you
Thank y'all.
Monday.
Bye.